Hey, how's it going today, everybody? This is Ken coming at you. Thanks for joining me today. And today we're going to bring you a special video. This is a Fluke spoon seminar in concert with my friends at M3TACKLE. And M3TACKLE has a huge variety of Fluke spoons and Fluke spoon products, as well as bass spoons and a myriad of other things. Please check them out. They have a website. I'm going to include that website on this video, probably in the comments section under the video. All right, so keep watching and let's get this show on the road. Okay, folks, so here we are. The KW Max spoon you see right there, and those are a couple of big doormats that I caught up in Nantucket. And spoon feeding doormat, Fluke / summer flounder for those of you who live down south, flounder. All right, so let's get this thing rolling. Part one here, the M3TACKLE Fluke spoons. The spoon presentation adapted for Fluke / summer flounder fishing has been around for some time. Though I really can't say exactly how long. That's the truth, I don't know. Some people claim it's been around a mighty long time. The large profile, big bait equals big fish, flash and irresistible wobbling action are known to drive Fluke crazy and strike. A big Fluke. All kinds of Fluke, really. M3TACKLE Fluke spoons are available in an endless variety of colors and 3 sizes. M3 Fluke spoons come in 3 sizes, 3-inch, 4.5-inch, and 5.5-inch, and endless colors and patterns. Almost any color or pattern that an angler can imagine, and M3 will even create custom colors and patterns to specified pre-order and designs. As you see here, the M3 KW mackerel spoon. Dean Baranowski at M3TACKLE and I, we came up with this print variety in a matter of just a couple hours. I told Dean my thoughts, told her my experience with live lining tinker mackerel up on Nantucket Shoals, and in no time at all she was back with this. Now the really cool thing about it is she came up with a matte type print on a spoon. She came up with a glow variety. She came up with a shiny variety. She came up with a hammered shiny variety, all within the course of maybe 2 hours or so. It happened really fast, I'm telling you. So these spoons can be rigged several different ways to vary the action and depth that your spoon will present at. Okay, so sometimes you're gonna rig that sinker leader higher above the bottom, and it's gonna flutter more in the current. Sometimes maybe the boat's moving really fast. You may want it lower to the bottom, so you can play with it and adjust the depth at which that spoon is fishing. Smaller spoons I have found fish very well on a high-low dropper loop rig, which I will show you. And you can also add additional teasers for additional action, flash, and profile. Larger spoons usually attach to the 3-way style rig and can be fished higher or lower above the bottom on the drift, as we just talked about. Moving right along. There's a right time and place for every presentation. Ideal drift speeds for presenting Fluke spoons range from 1 knot up to about 1.8 knots. Speeds slower than 1 knot, I suggest a jigging / bucktailing presentation. Speeds above 1.8 knots, use heavier sinkers. If you have a trolling motor available, that's ideal to slow your drift down. If no trolling motor, then you might want to try stemming the tide with your engine by bumping it in and out of gear. Or if you have a sea anchor / drift sock available, then you might want to try that. That's a great way for slowing the drift down somewhat. So those are all of your choices to control the speed of the drift. And when you want to fish your spoon, remember it should be at least 1 knot or somewhere above that, and probably no more than 2 knots if you can help it. If you're enjoying this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Ken Westerfeld Fishing. Thank you. The M3 Tackle Spoon Rod, right? They make 2 different models right now, and here you see the one that I have and I really love. It's also great for jigging in deep ocean water, by the way. I think they make a lighter version for the inshore fishing, right? For the bay fishing and the more shallow water near the beach. But here it is, the first version of the M3 spoon rod. It's a 701C-HF, which is heavy, fast action, right? The lure it's rated for is 1 to 6 ounces, which is ideal in deep ocean bucktailing. My brain is moving faster than my mouth. The line rating is 15 to 40 pound test, so for most fluke fishing applications, you're definitely not going to use 40 pound test. Most guys stick around 30 pound test on the braid. I like to go lighter personally, especially for my jigging. I'm going to go with 10 or 15 pound test for the bucktailing in deep water. For dragging rigs such as this, I recommend a 20 pound test. 20 to 30 pound test braid is fine. The lighter your line, the thinner the diameter, right? And the thinner the diameter of your line, it decreases drag in the water. It slices through the water more efficiently, thus allowing you to hold the bottom with lighter weight. So there's a little bit of physics involved there. And the problem with fishing light stuff, light braid, is that if you snag up in the bottom, which many times that is a problem, it's you don't have the backbone to rip that snag out of the bottom. You're going to lose a lot of tackle. You're going to pop a lot of expensive gear off. So going with a little bit heavier line in that case is good, because it'll help you recover your stuff back if you snag up, right? So here we go. It provides the perfect action to present these spoons. It's got a soft tip for visual strike indication and forgiveness with the no stretch braid. It helps to have a little play, a little bend, right? So strong backbone to handle 6 to 8 ounce sinkers and heavy doormats. That's important. And spoon rods of 2 different weight ratings are available. There you go. So that's the M3 Tackle Fluke Spoon Rod. M3 Tackle spoons are available pre-rigged, or purchase individual components to construct your own rigs and rig your own way. So you can get as creative as you want to with these things, folks, but any way that you can imagine. The most important thing to remember is don't use swivels in your rigging presentation when rigging a spoon. A swivel will allow a spoon to spin, which will defeat the spoon's desired action, which is that wobble, which creates all that flash, right? And will cause the spoon to turn, and any bait used will twist up and ball up, causing an unnatural presentation and the inability to hook an interested fish. Any bait used with the spoon must track straight, or bait will twist and ball up and fish might not be able to eat it. Another potential problem is that the hook point can become buried in the bait, thus rendering it ineffective, right? So that's a big deal, and you want this thing to work. So be very careful how you put your rigging together, and always make sure that your baits are tracking straight in the current, fluttering, giving you the action that you want to get those bites. Okay, so here we are with a variety of M3 Tackle products, and we're going to go through these and show them to you now. So you can see we've got the chartreuse hammered spoon, we've got a purple hammered spoon, and they're both chromed, shiny, right? We've got a rusty orange looking one here, matches like a sea robin color. We've got the MAC spoons. There's a shiny version, there's a matte finish version, or is it the glow? I'm not sure. I think it's a matte hammered. This is the hammered silver, old classic. Sometimes you just need that flash, right? Here's the 3-inch version in the KW Mac. Here's KW Mac. Here's a beautiful glow version, right? Here's a new pattern that Ryan just sent me. Here's a classic small size hammered chrome. Here's a small size glow. I don't think this one glows, but it's a squid look to it, right? So you've got all these many varieties of Fluke spoons, and seem to have, there's a KW Mac, there's a baby herring, there's Wonder Bread. Yeah, now you've got their pre-packaged rigs, right? And there are, I think, a couple different varieties, if I'm not mistaken. You can get additional hooks in any sizes, right? They make different configurations, larger hooks, smaller hooks, 2 hooks, single hooks. Whatever you're into, they can make it, or you can make it. You can ask them to send you the components, and you can arrange these things in any particular way. And here again, with some of the teasers and some of the beautiful teasers that they have, you know, pre-rigged on these spoons here, you see how they include different bead configurations and skirt teaser configurations, hoochie squids, silicone skirts, bucktail skirts, whatever you're into, they can make it happen. And then M3 is also making a variety of new products. Everybody's doing sort of a jigging rig, poison tail type rig, originally configured by Backwater Baits, my good friend Dominic at Backwater Baits. Yes, everybody is making a silicone skirt jig these days, and M3 is making a pretty nice one to glow. I love anything that glows. Anything that glows, I'm a big fan, especially when it comes to the fluke fishing. And look at that, Ryan even sent me a football tog jig with a swinging hook on it. That's something a little bit different. But yeah, please go on their website, check them out. They make a huge array of equipment, including spoons for trolling bass. Bass fishing is happening right now here during COVID-19, if you can get out. So that's it. That's the great variety of M3 Tackle Fluke spoons, and there's so much more. Please check their website out. It's www.m3tackle.com. www.m3tackle.com. And I'll be including some other contact info in the comments on the bottom of this video. One more quick thing I want to show you. This is my own killer rig. It's a simple high-low. It's got the 3-inch spoons on there, and I slide on a bead, any kind of bead you want, for any reason you want. Again, I'm a big fan of glow. I've got a couple of glow beads up ahead of the spoon. On the back of the spoon, I put some, you know, swanky skirts with some flash in them, and that's how I fish my high-low rig. This is a patented killer. This rig won me a bunch of pools and so on and so forth, and I really like fishing these things just like that. So yeah, okay, Scarlett. You want to turn it back on for Daddy so he can finish his video? Thank you, sweetie. And my daughter Scarlett is here helping me today. All right, so that's the deal. M3 Tackle Fluke spoons and more. I have personally found spoons to be a winning presentation. I don't believe it to be coincidental that in the last 3 seasons, I have not only caught some of my personal best fluke using spoon presentations, but have won at least 8 fluke pools aboard party boats and charters as well. And there's some of the beauties that I caught and won some money with. That one there was my personal best, over 11 pounds, over 30 inches, and it was on the Helen H up on Nantucket Shoals on one of the 2-day overnight trips, and it won me a big fat pool because it was the 2-day trip, so that was really cool. It was upwards of around 500 bucks. There's the Hampton Lady, and I think I had a 2nd place win that day. This was a 1st place win. In fact, in 2018, I took 3 Hampton Lady fluke pools in a row, back to back, week after week, every Monday. I won Mike Chow custom rods, so that was pretty cool. Okay, folks, so here you see the New York City / Long Island Fishing and Hunting Alliance on Facebook. You can reach me on there daily. That's my group. I started it in 2014 and I maintain it daily. I have several admins who help me out, but I can always be reached on there. If you're looking for me, please join NYC/L.I. Fishing and Hunting Alliance on Facebook. Ken Westerfeld Fishing. Once again, you're watching Ken Westerfeld Fishing on YouTube. Thank you for watching.